सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And now time for the nation's sharpest opinion. The worst thing, ladies and gentlemen, is fake political correctness. When you know that something that is happening is very wrong, but you remain quiet because you think it's politically incorrect to speak the truth. By doing so, you become complicit in allowing something that is very wrong to carry on and give a sense to the people. Carrying out an act of violence or simply an act which is unforgivable, an unethical act, an unconstitutional act, giving them a feeling that they can get away with it. And ladies and gentlemen, what happened in Mandya's Madur town in Karnataka, a peaceful Ganesh procession was violently attacked with stone pelting. Ladies and gentlemen, as it passed a mosque, leaving at least 8 people injured. And why do we call these people who throw stones miscreants? They are rioters. This word miscreants is completely wrong. What should have been there for a Hindu religious celebration was deliberately obstructed, forcing police to clamp prohibitory orders and deploy heavy forces in quote-unquote sensitive zones. It has become a pattern. Every time there is a Hindu procession through what is seen to be a minority-dominated area, there is violence in various parts of the country. Last year too this happened in Mandya. Last year Ganesh Chaturthi processions were attacked with stone pelting near a mosque, sparking communal clashes. So why are Ganesh processions in Mandya constantly being targeted? Is this happening only in Mandya? No. Someone will have to speak for the Hindu community. In Malad, in Mumbai, a Kalash Yatra was targeted on the occasion of Eid. It was reported the primary objection of some people was to those chanting Jai Shri Ram. What should you chant during a Kalash Yatra, during a Ram Navami procession, if not Jai Shri Ram? In West Bengal, in Murshidabad, it burned twice in a week this April, after Friday prayers on April 11th, in the context of the Waqf Amendment Bill. Hundreds of Hindu families were targeted, vehicles were torched, people had to leave, and there were similar violent crashes in Darbhanga during a Kalash Shobha Yatra. Ladies and gentlemen, every time Hindus are targeted for celebrating Hindu festivals, should we remain quiet? Should we say it's all right, let's not speak about it, and that will be true secularism? No, ladies and gentlemen, that is the definition of pseudo-secularism. That kind of frightful silence is cowardly. And I don't believe in cowardly silence. Has there not been a pattern of targeting Hindus and Hindu festivals? Have Kawar Yatris not been targeted? Why is the secular brigade quiet on these matters? The worst incident which happened recently, on which the secular brigade was quiet, was when inside the Hazrat Bal Dargah in Srinagar, you had the emblem of the country targeted with stones, and the foundation pillar, foundation stone which was placed inside the Hazrat Bal shrine, carried the emblem, and the emblem was deliberately targeted. It was pictured almost as if it was some kind of a victory. Is this a religious celebration to violate and attack the national emblem? The saddest part is that Omar Abdullah, the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, who should be swearing by the national emblem, said it had no place in a mosque because that is the kind of majoritarian politics that he follows. And ladies and gentlemen, hear this. He said he has never seen an emblem being used in a religious place, almost as if the national emblem is a violation of Islamic faith, which it is not. But hear what Omar Abdullah said. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll carry that soundbite later. The third incident I'd like to talk about is about halal townships. All of this has happened within the last 1 week. A halal township, which has been marketed almost as a Muslim-only colony, that also in Mumbai. Ladies and gentlemen, the levels of exclusion so much that Hindus are being told you have no place in this halal colony. This is Muslims for Muslims only. So consider the three visuals: a halal colony, an attack on a national emblem, a halal colony being created in India's financial capital, Mumbai, the national emblem being targeted inside the Hazrat Bal Dargah, and a peaceful Ganesh Chaturthi, Ganesh immersion procession being targeted once again. If Hindus cannot pray where they want, if certain areas are ghettoized to a point where Hindus cannot pass through, if citizens of this country have to watch Visarjans, Ramnavami processions being targeted, Kawar Yatris being targeted, the national emblem being desecrated, and in the financial capital of India, a Muslim for Muslims only colony being created, that should the right-thinking citizens of the country and Hindus remain quiet out of a sense of fear? Ladies and gentlemen, such silence is not acceptable. Such silence, in my view, would be cowardly. We must speak up against such targeted campaigns wherever we see them happen. Let's debate.
A night of celebration, culminating the 10-day Ganesh Chaturthi festivities. But for Hindus in India, and especially in this town of Maddur of Mandya district in Karnataka, there's a sense of fear every year. Senior officers doing last-minute checks, ensuring the masjid is safe. And then almost on cue, the pelters strike. Late night on Sunday, this raw video of the situation in Maddur town of Mandya bringing back memories of not just 2024, every year before that, when a Hindu procession is targeted. And emotions are understandably running high. As the scale of the violence during Visarjan unfolded, protests had erupted by dawn in Mandya. By 9 a.m., Hindu groups were carrying out protest marches as another Visarjan procession was targeted. And even women on the streets, not holding back this time. From Karnataka's Mandya to Gujarat's Vadodara, pelters have targeted the Ganesh Visarjan. These pelters need to be exposed. The same pattern that Hindus see during Ramnavami processions and during Kawar Yatras.
मेरा पहला सवाल ये है, आपको मालूम है कि कब विसर्जन होता है गणपति का? तो तैयारी क्यों नहीं की थी? वाई? सेंसिटिव इलाकों को छोड़ क्यों देते हैं? ये कहीं ना कहीं वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स से जुड़ा हुआ है। मैं आपसे इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा। जब आप वोट बैंक से प्रभावित होकर अपराधी तत्वों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई नहीं करते हैं, यूपी में क्यों नहीं होता? मध्य प्रदेश में क्यों नहीं होता, और अगर होता है तो 1 घंटे में शांत कैसे हो जाता है? ये बड़े सवाल है.
Can Hindus exercise the right to worship without being subjected to stone pelting and violence? Should we now celebrate in fear in our own land?
Now it's a very serious matter. If Hindus are being told that you can celebrate only in certain designated areas, and if you come near a mosque, if you come near a Muslim-dominated area, you will be attacked and you will be accused of being provocative, then I don't think people will put up with it. People will not accept it. Which is why this time you have seen even the Hindu women have come out there and challenged them. After all, I'm just saying, if Hindu population, which is more than 80% of this country, is told you can't go to this area and that area, what if 80% of the people of this country were to say, everyone on, that we will also reserve place? What will happen to the minorities? Suppose 80% of the people of the country were to come and say कि अभी ये सब हिंदू एरिया है, इधर मत आओ, तो फिर where will minorities go? This is a bad thing. People should not behave like this. So on that note, I want to start this evening with Nalin Kohli opening the debate, with S. Balan, pro-Congress senior advocate Talamir Rashidi of the Rashtriya Ulama Council, and Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, pro-DMK on the other side. Sadhvi Jayabharti, well-known Hindu scholar, and Shalini Ali, convener of the Muslim Rashtriya Manch, are on the program. Nalin, what has happened in Madur, Karnataka is there, but people are beginning to ask, why should Hindus put up with this nonsense anymore? It's a legitimate question and it's becoming more and more vocal of late.
Question, because we need to bear in mind there is no Hindu country in the world. India is the only country in the world which has a Hindu majority country. Nepal used to be a Hindu country, but then it changed to a democracy and removed the monarchy. And we need to bear in mind that the division of India in 1947 was on religious lines, where a set of Muslims chose to say that they want a separate country in Pakistan. Now, there are several countries in the world that run on the basis of Islam and are Islamic republics or in any manner that are dedicated to Islam. There is no such country dedicated to Hinduism.
Correct.
Or for the Hindus. Muslims who stayed back in India in 1947 decided not to be part of a country that runs on Islam, which is Pakistan. So they chose to be here in a land that will run on a constitution, acknowledging that this was the Hindu majority.
It's not an Islamic country. India is not an Islamic country. Simple. So they chose not to be in an Islamic country, so they have to live by the rules.
Right.
But they want the rules of another country.
No, it's not about that only. There's one more point I wish to make. It is the Muslims, brothers and sisters who stayed back in India, rejected the concept of wanting to be in an Islamic republic. They today have to stand up and stop these radical elements. It is their responsibility.
It is.
Because after all, this country has been a...
Keep changing on the right.
And a country where there has been no strife per se. But if such elements from within the Muslim community are going to try to disrupt harmony, then I think...
No. These Muslim groups, some Muslim groups are deliberately trying to provoke the Hindus. I'll tell you why, Sadhvi Jayabharti. This is deliberate attempt at provoking the Hindus, insulting the Hindus and blocking the Hindus. You see what happened? The procession begins from Siddharth Nagar, 5th cross in Madur, tight police security. When it crosses a mosque, and listen to me carefully everyone on the right, when it crosses a mosque near Ram Rahim Nagar at 8 p.m., people start throwing stones at the procession. Why?
Without any sort of How can you say that? Did you inquire about it?
Or were you there?
No, without any.
Were you there?
Without what?
Did you see it?
Without any incitement.
What position are you taking?
Without any incitement.
You would be quiet. You think Hindus will not be angry? You're pelting stones at Lord Ganesh. You're pelting stones at a Hindu idol. Of a Hindu god, you think Hindus will be quiet? No longer. No longer will they be quiet. Nonsense. You're throwing stones at our god.
You cannot say, you can just go. Get away. You
Not the first
you have to show us the evidence.
This is a practice that Muslim community, these groups, radical groups have been adopting. So just don't defend it. It is not the first time. Whether it is Ram Navami, you just saw the package. So just please,
Louder! Jai Bharati, louder!
Being thrown over.
I'm not going to shout here. I want to speak in a peaceful manner and you need to allow me that. One thing that I want to be very clear about, whoever is saying that it's an isolated incident, these radical groups, whoever these radical Muslims are, they are trying to normalize this pattern that whenever there is a Hindu festival, it cannot claim the secular land of India. Like every time you have to protect Muslims, the constitution comes in. When it comes to Hindus, you just have your Islam and your Sharia. You will absolutely decline any and all constitutional values. And this gentleman who was shouting whether who was here, it's not the first incident that has happened. Every time there's a Hindu festival, Hindu procession, you people come out and you come out in mobs prepared with lathis and stones and you start pelting and you create violence over there. In place of condemning it, this guy is defending it. It's utter shame.
Yes, on the right. Keep changing imaginatively on the right.
You should be condemning it. You should be speaking something that builds harmony. In fact, you are coming up and you are defending.
Do not blame it. Even as in Nabi positions, Friday prayer positions have been disturbed.
You have always, I've seen you, even in your package. You are one of those radical groups. I would call you radical on the national television. You are radical.
Please keep the grace of your name. You are a sadhvi. Please be unbiased and be very logical. You are a sadhvi. You should understand that these are communal people. You should be put behind.
No. This is not going to work. Be logical. Be reasonable.
There are people who disturb the Eid Nabi positions, the Eid positions, the Friday prayer position as well as the Ganesh position as well as the.
What do you know about Ganesh Chaturthi? 1 minute. Hello. First of all, I want to tell you, Tala. I want to tell you something. I'll give you a piece of advice. Okay. Speak with respect. ये गणेश मत करो.
I
भगवान
already do that.
नहीं. Speak with respect about the Ganesh Chaturthi. Speak with respect.
I have a lot of respect for everyone.
Speak with respect about the Hindu religion. Speak with respect about the Hindu religion. Show respect to the great Hindu religion. Show respect to the great Hindu civilizational tradition. We don't want to speak against any religion. We don't want to use bad language. We don't want to use aggression. We don't want to justify violence. We don't want to justify abuse on any religion. You should stop that. You should desist from that. You should show respect to the Hindu tradition. Don't say Ganesh like that.
Don't deliberately.
Don't say Ganesh like that. You're talking about a Hindu god. Speak with respect. Speak with respect, I say. Speak with respect. You will have to speak with respect. You will have to show respect.
I don't need. You have respect for each and every Bhagwan, including the.
You are not showing respect. Let me now tell you. I don't know who teaches you what. I'm not going to comment on it. But Shalini is on the debate. I'll tell you one thing, Shalini and Mr. Balan is there. The description of the police officers in the case of Madhur shows that there was an attempt to stop the procession by the vandalizers. They wanted to vandalize and stop the procession. That is an incitement attempt at creating violence. And then if the Hindus respond, your stones are being thrown at Lord Ganesh, the idol you worship. Stones are being thrown at that idol. Those people are supposed to sit quiet and say, we are secular, ji. It's all right, we'll be secular and quiet. No, they will not be quiet, they will challenge. And when they challenge, then you say you're communal. Shalini, this is a great and planned conspiracy in my view. What has happened in Madhur?
Definitely. Arnab, it is always planned. It is always done deliberately. And every time the same story is said that we were being provoked and everything. Now tell me something, it's a very simple question. You're living in a country where you have to follow the law of the land. You don't want to follow the law of the land, you go and you oppose the Waqf board and other policies. Second thing, you say we want to follow Shariat, but when the Shariat is there, you don't want to follow it to the T, lakum dinakum waliyadin, hubbal watani nisful iman, you don't want to follow all that. Thirdly, whenever there is a Hindu festival around, it is not only the Hindus that are being targeted. It is the Muslims being targeted by the radical Muslims themselves. And today on your show itself, I may receive umpteen number of fatwas tomorrow. That I think it's time that the Muslim community comes in together and goes in for a counseling session. You can't live in this country with such hideous response of saying that, okay, we are being provoked, we are being hurt, we are not safe. I mean, this is the narrative that you've been giving since years and years and years. How many times have the Muslim groups or the Muslim masjid or the Muslim maulanas ever walked across to the police station and saying that, okay, tomorrow we have a festival coming, we have radicalized people, we may have some issue, please come in and help us, and please come in and check our mosques that we don't have any stones. But instead, everything is prepared. The police is never informed on time. And as a matter of fact, you don't want to set an example of a good citizen.
Have you ever visited any mosque? Have you ever visited any mosque? Do you have any idea about mosque?
I have visited mosques. I have visited madrasas. And as a matter of fact, I have given a fatwa for putting up a
Audio for both two people.
What do you know about mosque?
Stop it. You are
Louder, Shalini.
people who will refuse to have
Louder,
the flag on top of a mosque saying that yes, this is the Indian flag. You are one of those people who want to only preach what according to you Islam is and not what Islam is said in the Quran. You follow interpretations that are sent in by your thinking. You don't follow the Quran to the T. You don't follow Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him. And every time you are crying out, there is a lion, there is a tiger. We are being provoked. We are the ones that are sad. We are the ones who are being
Louder, Shalini.
You're living in a country where you are breathing, where you are eating, where you are part of the society, where you are given advantages of being a minority, and yet you are not wanting to function as one of the responsible citizens of this country.
Now this continuous and repeated attacks. The continuous and repeated attacks on the majority community of the country, Mr. Balan and Nalin. You see, now there is a point being made is, Mr. Balan, I'm bringing you in, and with Nalin. You see, don't try and defend the indefensible. What are Hindus supposed to do when Hindu festivals are attacked? 6 days back in Vadodara in Gujarat, there's a BJP government, Nalin. Eggs are thrown at a Ganesh idol during the procession. Now, with the Muslim community, anybody says anything about anything, they say Sar Tan Se Juda. With Hindus, you can throw eggs, you can throw stones at a Hindu procession, at a Ganesh idol, and you are told that remain quiet because you are Hindus, you must have a big heart. You must forgive. But when it comes to Muslim sensitivities, nobody wants to think about forgiving.
Points to make on this.
Nalin, how do we deal with this? Ujjain, in
No, it's
Ujjain.
not about forgiving.
Yeah, Nalin.
I think the point is much larger than that.
Yes.
The point is much larger than that. Is that why I said the forefathers of today's miscreants, which are the Muslims who chose a secular India, rejected an Islamic state of Pakistan, today the lesson has to go to these misguided youth that if there was an act of blasphemy in a Muslim country by a non-Muslim, it would have been terrible. The laws, forget about secularism, there would be instant repudiation. Because we are a democracy, because we have rule of law, they believe that they can do these acts of, say, throwing eggs on Ganeshji or disrupting something. So this is the responsibility of the Muslim community to say that we all live in a country, we celebrate our religion, our festivals, Hindus do there, we have to prevent this kind of communal behavior. and Hindus per se have to do it. But why is it happening? We are also to note the political forces who are to blame. We have politicians in this country who run down Sanatan Dharma to be a religion, to be a disease. They call it worse than many diseases like COVID. You have other politicians who do not allow, for example, Vijayadashmi to take place, the procession in Bengal, on the day Muharram takes place.
But why so tolerant? You know, why do we give such a long rope, Nalin? Nalin, on Friday,
you have to go to the court.
On Friday, Nalin, my blood boiled. I'm sure yours also did. Why? Because the national emblem is targeted in the Hazrat Bal Dargah. But then Omar Abdullah, who behaves very goody-goody when he comes to Delhi, said, I can't see the place for a national emblem inside a mosque. Suppose somebody would have said, suppose.
Let me address that.
No, suppose a Hindu would have said, I don't see space for a national emblem inside a mandir, I will break the national emblem. Would we have allowed that? No. But Muslims can say there is no place for a national emblem inside a mosque. And we are supposed to be quiet saying, bhai, unke feelings ko koi ठेस ना पहुंचे. हिंदुओं के feelings का कोई नहीं मतलब नहीं. Hindu homes will be attacked. Hindu women will be attacked in the name of the Waqf protest. How many more attacks? Nalin, this is the BJP government in Delhi. How many more attacks on Hindus are going to happen in this country? And we will be told remain quiet in the name of political correctness. It's gone too far, Nalin. It's gone too far.
2 points to make on your question.
Look at what's happened in Bengal.
2 points to make.
Look at what happened when they didn't let Holi to be celebrated inside the Aligarh Muslim University campus.
So I have 2 points to make. One is in terms of the Constitution. Article 14 treats us as equal citizens irrespective of gender, religion or any other factor. Now, a lot of people pick up the argument that there are special privileges given to the minority community in Article 26, 27, 29, but we should pause for a minute. Those special privileges for their educational institutions does not mean that the law of the land of treating every Indian citizen equally can be repudiated, can be kept aside. So there is no special citizen. Everyone first is a human being, then an Indian citizen, and then a Hindu, Muslim,
No, but all this is good. I agree with the constitutionality, Nalin, but people like Mr. Balan are there. For Mr. Balan, I'll tell you, let me introduce Mr. Balan to you, Nalin. Let me introduce Mr. Balan to you. He's a lawyer, he's an advocate, a very malicious kind of person. He has carried out a spirited campaign against Dharmasthala without any proof, with an unknown man carrying a skull in his hand, coming to Delhi and saying Dharmasthala, which is a great place of worship in Karnataka, that is a place where women are raped, murdered, where there's a genocide. For 2 months, 3 months, the Karnataka government kept digging. They kept abusing the Hindus. They kept abusing the Hindus.
That is a different subject.
No. I am asking you, Mr. Balan, would you have done that with a Muslim place of worship? Never. Would he have done it, Jaya Bharti? But with a Hindu place of worship, you can do what you want. You can throw stones, you can attack. Jaya Bharti, you can abuse, you can call it names.
Allow me to talk. Allow me to talk.
No, what is that? You should be coming on television and apologizing to all Hindus in this country for what you've done.
2 minutes.
Even
you won't allow me to talk.
What even the values of this country
No, you don't allow me to talk.
You think the majority community in this country will remain quiet?
Don't you allow me to talk for 2 minutes?
You have no right to doubt.
No, you called me. You don't allow me to talk. You don't allow me to talk.
Allowed you to run a
No, you don't allow me to talk.
No, I'm allowing you to talk. I thought you will atone and say sorry for what you did on Dharmasthala.
Arnab has just exposed what you've done against us. You're
No.
to speak.
Why you are mixing here? Today I am not called on Dharmasthala. That's a separate issue.
Yeah, but the Dharmasthala showed your hostility.
No.
See,
can I talk?
No, they are all connected issues.
Today, I have not volunteered to
Mr. Balan, these are all connected issues. Abuse on Dharmasthala, abuse and attack of the national emblem, abuse during Ram Navami processions, attack during Ganesh Chaturthi processions. I say the Hindu community of this country has decided, do we speak up or do we remain quiet? No, the Hindu
You allow
community.
me
You,
to
you
speak.
learnt your lesson during Dharmasthala, Mr. Balan. I took you on. Mr. Dharmasthala. On Dharmasthala, I took you on and I exposed you. Otherwise, people like you were carrying out a vicious campaign against Hinduism.
Why you mix it? You called me today and you are not allowing me to speak. You don't want us to speak.
I called you to expose you for your role in Dharmasthala.
To expose you.
Okay, that means
And
I
you
am
should
leaving
answer.
this.
If you can
I'm
justify
leaving
your
this
action, you
channel.
can answer.
No, what leaving this channel?
Why
Why are you running away? Why are you running away?
Turn this.
Now you're running away, see?
Turn this.
Now you want to run away,
Close
Mr.
it.
Balan. Now, Mr.
Close
Balan,
it.
you want to run
He
away.
called me to expose me.
Why are you running
Here
away?
to
Close it.
defend
I have called you to
that.
expose you.
No,
He's cancelled
he was
it.
here when he wanted to defend.
He's left the debate. Nobody wants to hear the
defend
truth.
the attacks on Hindus, but when you question
You
them,
see, Harish,
their acts,
I am saying today, Harish, Hindus are fed up. I mean, how much do we tolerate? People are really angry. I mean, to see Harish, to throw stones at an idol, at a Hindu god, and then to smile about it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Harish?
Yeah, no.
You have nothing to say now. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, matter of the fact is, whoever is behind this, who want to hurt the sentiments and hurt the religious harmonies which has been existing in this country, should be punished. There is no second thought about it, whether be it Hindu or Islam or Christianity. It doesn't matter. As a secular nation, we want to make sure the coherence and the harmonious coexistence prevails with much more peace and prevails in this country. Whoever hurts it, right? And it has to be reprimanded and the people should be brought to the books. Coming to the fact, in Tamil Nadu, we have almost 80% of Hindus are there. And there are festivals like Madurai Kallalahar festival, where lakhs and lakhs of devotees happen to be there. And all the procession will go across to length and breadth of Tamil Nadu and the Madurai district. And there is not even a single historical events where there are any kind of miscreants creating any kind of disharmony. So the state law and order comes into place in the hands of the administration.
Nalin.
So the administration has to take
Don't give a
full
technical
responsibility.
reason. You're not addressing the issue.
It is not.
You're not
it is
addressing
not-
the issue. I think Nalin is well equipped to bring you to the issue.
I can't speak how you wanted to, Mr. Arnab.
No, I don't
can
want you to
only
speak
how
in
I
any
want.
particular way. Don't throw those insinuations at me,
No,
man.
no.
What do you mean?
No, it is not.
I'm
it
not
is
putting words in your
insinuation.
mouth. I am
We
simply
have-
saying
we have
today,
the highest
on behalf of
tempo.
all the Hindus watching this program, how much more will we take? I'm
totally
reducing the
understand.
debate to its
I
bare
totally
essentials.
understand. I
What
totally
will be the
understand.
emotion of a Hindu when stones are thrown at his God? I ask you this.
Arnab Goswami.
What is going to be my sentiment when you throw stones at my God and I'm supposed to be quiet in the name of secularism? No, Harish, Arnab, mat bolo. You reply the question.
My
Nalin.
first opening statement answered you in a pertinent
No, it
way.
didn't. It
If
didn't.
you
It was a
don't want to take
circumambulating
it-
statement
if you
but
don't
meant
want
nothing.
To take it, then
I
be
want to know why is there overt hostility towards
I
Hindu
can't
festivals?
speak how
What do you
Mr.
want?
Arnab
Hindus should not
Goswami
speak.
wanted me to.
Hindus should not. Nalin is it?
what
Nalin.
happened?
Speak how-
The only thing he has to say is he condemning what happened in unequal
Of
vocal
course.
terms,
Of
or
course
is
I
there
said-
an if and a
of course
but?
it is.
That's all.
Of course I
Because
said.
the only
Of
thing is,
course.
yes, what happened there is incorrect. Throwing of eggs
course.
on Ganesh ji is incorrect. The stone
Of
pelting
course.
is incorrect. I condemn it.
course.
Is it as clear as
Of
that,
course.
or is it an if and but, a theoretical
Of course.
class on civics and good
ifs
sense and the
buts, Mr.
Constitution?
Mr. Nalin, sir, I have clearly stated that in my opening remarks. Whoever does it has to be reprimanded and brought to the books. Whether be it an Islamist guy, radical Islamist, a radical Hindu.
One minute. For Harish, Harish, listen.
Why you
Harish,
want to
Harish,
jump into
Harish,
conclusion?
since you are so blasé about it, and I'll tell you, interestingly, Nalin, so unmoved he is. He issues a statement in such a detached manner. You know how he says it? I'll tell you how he says it. He says, Jayavarti, whoever threw stones, it's a bad thing. Now let's move on. Throwing stones is a bad thing. Attacking Hindus is a bad thing. Let's move on. Let's move on. On one subject. No, Jaya Bharti. On one subject. No, 1 minute. On one, whoever threw stones is bad. Whoever attacked Hindu temples is bad. Whoever broke the idol is bad. Whoever abused Hindu gods is bad. Now let's move on. Why should we move on? I say, why should we move on?
No,
why should we move on? We should remain on that subject. Jaya Bharti.
In your own capacity, like Nalin sir said, you have not condemned the incident once. You have only shifted the responsibility of reprimanding to an authority. You've done nothing to condemn in your own individual capacity. All you're doing is, creating technical circles around it. And that is one way of defending only. You're defending it. You're defending the act. You're running parallels with other processions. You have not condemned. And we as Hindus are actually, we are unfortunate to have you people as a community, because internally we are weakened by you people's stances like you have just given.
And
Tala would go all out for his community, and people like you, they are the people who, you implore the community from within. You people implore the community.
You haven't even participated in the independence movement and you preach about the patriotism to us.
Hey, where were you in the independence movement, huh? Hello, Harish, 1 minute. Harish, 1 minute. Harish, 1 minute. I need to say something. Can I say one thing, Nalin? Since he's taking authorship of the independence movement, let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to the Congress Party, which is a party started by the British for the British, a party loyal to the British. A party that chased out Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. A party whose leaders remained quiet when Bhagat Singh was hanged. A party which remained quiet after Jallianwala Bagh. This is the insipid Congress Party made by the British for the Raj, by the Raj. Don't make me open my mouth about the Congress Party. I'll expose you nicely. Now my question being, I'll go back to the subject. Let's bring in Tala and Shalini. 1 minute. See, on one incident, Nupur Sharma, पूरे देश को बंद करा दिया, सर तन से जुदा, सर तन से जुदा, सर तन से जुदा, सर तन से जुदा, दिन रात. Till today, Nupur cannot come out anywhere. She cannot practice in the Supreme Court. She lives her life under threat. और इधर हर दिन हिंदुओं पे attack, हर दिन, every day, open attacks on Hindus, and we are supposed to remain quiet. Yes, both of them on screen. Tala first.
Propaganda set करेंगे. Stop this setting of propaganda.
Propaganda है.
Hindu festival season begins. There's this gap which starts, this
both of them,
being pushed that Hindu festivals are under attack.
Two.
Let's be very clear, Arnab.
Of course, Hindus are under attack. Two, louder. I can't hear. Tala.
The failure of local administration and policing. Not proof. Conspiracy against a community. Stop this propaganda of hate and communal biasness. Stop this biased propaganda of Arnab Goswami and this right-wing ecosystem that Hindu festivals are under attack. If you want to talk about these
will you be saying Bharat Mata Ki?
Tala, you have passed out of Aligarh Muslim University, right? 1 minute. Shalini, 1 minute. Tala is from Aligarh Muslim University. Why were Hindu students initially denied permission to celebrate Holi on the campus of AMU?
Asking why children to be in the campus.
Processions also being obstructed and Muslim processions are also being obstructed. But you will do a sporadic incident and
I need one at a time.
cherry picking of Hindu incidents.
One at a time. You decide. You go.
To be on top of them all.
By some political forces and
Ask him such basic questions, he'll have no answers.
That there are certain political forces, they want to gain some brownie points from these communal incidents. Politics polarize and communalize the situation to harbor some political gain.
No, it's not. Tala, you're getting excited without a reason. Please understand, I'll establish the chronology for you. And I'm saying tonight, 1 minute. Okay, can I bring Nalin in? Do you want to hear the other side? Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, February 25. Muslim men attack Hindus planning a holy event saying, if you celebrate Holi, we will kill you. Overt hostility. Right?
What about the
Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, March 11, 25. Outsiders pelt stones at students celebrating Holi on a college campus. Jalesar, Eta, Uttar Pradesh, March 25. A Muslim family faces violence from their own community for celebrating Holi with Hindus, saying we will expel you from the village. Aligarh Muslim University campus, Uttar Pradesh, March 2025. Hindu students initially denied permission to celebrate Holi on the campus, right? With a Maulana citing Muslim majority sentiment, Muslim majority ko acha nahi lag raha hai. Gaya, Bihar, March 2025. A Muslim man sparks a violent clash, including stone pelting after Hindu boys accidentally threw holy colors at him, saying Holi ke rang lag gaye. This is the most anti-Islamic thing. Sahnora, Patna, Bihar. Holika Dahan ke samay gunfire. Muslims oppose Holika Dahan on a village street. Unnao, Uttar Pradesh, March 25. Muslim man enters a Hindu's home, issuing death threats for testing a DJ on Holi. Ludhiana, Punjab, Holi procession near a mosque attacked with stones. और एग्जाम्पल दूं, गोडथम्बा, और दूं कि नहीं दूं? You feel bad listening to this reality. But this is the reality, Nalin.
You won't allow me.
This is the reality. You may like to accept it or not.
MP manager in
It's in fact, it's very sad. It's very, very sad. It's very, very painful. It's very, very unfortunate, the kind of thing, and you have a gentleman here who's only defending it. How can something like this? I mean, is this how it is meant to be? Is this how it is meant to be, that you are defending the indefensible? Is this something that you should not unequivocally condemn instead of, doing so? I think the most important point today is you have no faith even in the Constitution, which you use the word all the time.
Correct.
The Constitution is not a word, it's a living document. The Constitution is what gives every one of us our rights. It gives you the rights, that it gives me the rights, it gives Mr. Goswami and everyone else. And all of us have equal rights, which includes the right to freely go ahead and celebrate our religion and our festivals without disruption, without expectation of any stone pelting, eggs being thrown. And this is what you should be today standing and saying, I condemn it. I will go ahead and say that yes, action should be against the
Instead of justifying it, saying in the name of provocation, we saw Ram Navami procession and we got provoked.
For the Constitution and for brotherhood among the communities.
My condemnation is not selective. My condemnation is not violent. I condemn each and every such violent incident, whether be it on a Eid Miladun Nabi procession or a Ram Navami procession.
What about it? Mat karo.
So now it is come, scheduled caste. Why are you bothered about the scheduled caste in Madhya Pradesh? Are you a Hindu? Is this your religion's problem? This is a problem that the Hindus will solve on their own. But if there is a problem in your religion, if somebody goes ahead and attacks another religion, that is your responsibility, sir. That is your responsibility for being an equal Indian citizen and swearing by the Constitution.
Absolutely.
If you have a misconception that, excuse me, I wish to now comment on the Hindu religion, then that is not your right as a Muslim citizen, as it is not my right to comment on Islam.
Absolutely, that's what I'm trying to say, Mr. Nalin. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been echoing your opinion. That's what I'm saying. I wholeheartedly condemn each and every such incident wherein any religious position be it.
If you wholeheartedly do so, then why don't you stand in the forefront? Help identify those misguided youth who interfered in the Ganesh procession, who threw stones on the Ganesh procession. Why don't you say that I stand as a responsible Muslim and I will go into the community and help the police find who are the people who threw eggs on Ganesh ji?
When are you guiding the Bajrang Dal volunteers? What about the Shindu Parishad volunteers? Why do they do violence? Why do they speak against Hindus?
Again, you have gone back onto another subject. This is only showing double speak. This is only showing double speak. This is not speaking as a responsible Indian citizen. This is also not speaking with any belief in the Constitution. You are only here on an agenda, absolutely unequivocally, clearly on an agenda.
Lectures on Muslims, you need to follow it in your own community.
I don't want anything. What I want is to see harmony. And it is, I'm sorry to say, it is people like you who bring about that disharmony.
You will give lecture to Muslims of India. That is VP.
Now there we are. Now there, what do you know about the Hindu Mahasabha? What do you know about the Hindu Mahasabha? No, tell me now, what do you know about the Hindu Mahasabha? You've gone back to history. Then why don't you go to the history of 1947 and the 5 million people who were butchered in the partition of India and Pakistan? Why don't we go back to that history, one of the most painful histories? And today, you actually have the audacity to go back to pre-partition times. After a partition took place, after a country is made for Muslims, you are running down the Muslims who chose to stay in India, who chose to stay in a constitution.
One minute. Say then, Tala, 1 minute, don't shout everyone on. No, keep them on. Tala, say that India is not an Islamic nation and never will be.
India is not a Hindu Rashtra and it will never be.
Say India is not an Islamic nation and never will be.
India is not a Hindu Rashtra and it will never be a Hindu
Why don't you say India will never be an Islamic nation? Say
India is not a Hindu Rashtra.
No. See how the issue cookie crumble. Nalin, did you notice? Nalin. Abhi tak he was preaching me on secularism.
I noticed.
And I asked a question, viewers. Because I asked the straight question. I asked the question that reveals a person's intent. And what was my question, Nalin? My question was...
You will not say Pakistan Murdabad.
But India will never be. India will always remain a democratic country which believes, which rules.
Democracy is all right.
You say Pakistan Murdabad. I'm asking a clear, straight, blunt question.
As per the constitution, India
Would you say Pakistan Murdabad? Come on. Let's hear you say that as an Indian citizen. Would you say Pakistan Murdabad?
Challenge your right system will try again and again.
Pakistan Murdabad bhi nahi bolenge.
Will never be. The majority of the Indians, the 120 crore Indians,
He can't say Pakistan Murdabad because his actual loyalty is neither to India, neither to the Constitution. And it is people like him who do great disservice. Every patriotic Muslim gentleman and lady who swears by India is willing to die for India. It is people like him who can't even say Pakistan Murdabad because their hearts are as agents across the border. Which is why they celebrate when incidents like this happen. Incidents that create communal tension.
All the time of late, all the time of late, 1 minute. What is the great question I asked which is so wrong? I am saying today the greatness about India. 1 minute. I see two hands go up. 1 minute. Just look at India, which is 80% Hindu majority country, is a secular country. All I want Mr. Tala Amir Rashidi to say is that India is not and will never be an Islamic nation.
India is not and will never be a Hindu Rashtra.
He won't say it because he wants India to be an Islamic nation. He wants India to be run by the Sharia. He wants India to be run by the Sharia. And that is the nub of the issue, the mentality and the mindset that is revealed by individuals like Tala Amir Rashidi. Shalini is on the debate. Shalini, hot debate tonight. Shalini.
The national anthem with respect even is not a proud citizen of India, and it is such a disaster to have youth like him to be a part of our community. It's people like him who gives the rise to radicals. He doesn't want to listen where we are going wrong. He doesn't want to correct us. He wants to point fingers at the other community. This is disgusting, especially on national TV. If there is something going wrong in our community, it is our responsibility to fix it. It's our responsibility to stand up and teach our youth what is it that we require for ourselves in this country.
I can only laugh on your
What is even more defaming is that he has taken education in one of the best institutions.
Who is on payroll of RSS and MRM, Muslim Rashtriya Manch, giving lectures about patriotism and nationalism is nothing than a
Say that India is not an Islamic or Islamist nation and will never will be.
Speak up for what is wrong.
Say India will not be an Islamic or Islamist nation ever. Okay.
And this is a
Sadhvi Jaya Bharti.
in our system. We cannot have our Hindu brothers and sisters getting targeted on their religious festivals.
can also dream of it.
We are also a part also. I attend all religious festivals.
You know, receiving lectures about patriotism and nationalism from people like Shalini, people like Mr. Nalin. You know, it's a joke, nothing more than that.
Nalin on the left. Now, what did Nalin say to you? That you're abusing him now? What did he say to you?
I'm not abusing anyone, Arnab. I'm saying he was talking about loyalty to the nation. Someone belonging to an organization which has no role in the freedom struggle of the country.
I have simply told you what the Constitution stands for, and I have said that works equally for Hindus and Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Parsis, Jews. And I'm saying it now on the show. It is people like you who do disservice to the Muslim community and Muslims who are proud Indians. Muslims who are willing to die for this motherland because they consider India as their land, as their motherland, and they have rejected Pakistan. It is people like you who are agents of Pakistan who can't even on national television say Pakistan Murdabad. There are people like you who don't reject the Pakistani agenda that India should be a Muslim country. It is people like you who are doing great disservice to every Muslim who's a proud Indian.
You know, my grandfather was a freedom fighter. My maternal grandfather was a freedom fighter.
In fact, you know, Arnab, I must thank you. Arnab, you have done great service to this country.
Thank you.
Expose this gentleman.
I have only asked the question, and what wrong have I said? He should have. I said, would you say that India is not and will never be an Islamic nation? He got tongue-tied.
You're responsible for building communal strife between communities.
Is that your aspiration?
How dare you question my loyalty to this nation?
Stop this, how dare you thing.
Was a freedom fighter. And so, an organization which has no role in the freedom struggle
how dare you?
will give me lecture on
Anybody on this show? Who has given you the right to say how dare you?
It's a disgrace, it's a
No, I mean, hold on. Are you some extra constitutional authority? You don't want to participate in this debate, leave. But how dare you tell anybody how dare you? Who are you? You leave if
Are you
want to
threatening Nalin
participate.
Kohli? Are you now threatening him? Are you down to threatening?
I'm daring you to say.
Are you threatening Nalin Kohli?
You don't have the guts to say that. I'm telling you that.
Is this an open threat on my show?
Pakistan Murdabad because they love.
No, Nalin.
Do you believe that India is a secular country as per the constitution? Do you believe that India is a secular country as per the constitution?
What do you mean secular country? Is this your definition of secularism? Is this your country of? Is this your definition of secularism? That you don't even have the heart to say Pakistan Murdabad. I'm telling you, I can vouch for how many Muslim friends of mine will say Pakistan Murdabad because they are proud Indians. They refuse to.
Why won't you say Pakistan Murdabad, Tala?
Pakistan Murdabad. बताइए बोलिए I don't need your lectures.
Ladies and gentlemen, I also have the latest visuals which have just come in right now. Before I end the show, this has been a really hot debate. I've got pictures of the Prime Minister with the NDA's vice presidential candidate. I think the pictures are there. This has been a big meeting, right? And tomorrow is the big day when CP Radhakrishnan, the candidate of the NDA for the position of Vice President, the Prime Minister said participated in the NDA meeting attended by MPs across the NDA family. And tomorrow is the voting. And we expect the results to be there tomorrow as well. And that is CP Radhakrishnan, and that is the Prime Minister addressing the NDA MPs just on the eve of the voting for the vice presidential elections. The result will be out by about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Big story tomorrow. Let's see what happens there. Never a dull moment in the news, is there? I'll see you tomorrow without fail. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला।